Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed faculty members, and my dear participants, a very good morning to all of you. I, Pratibha Shetty, and alongside my colleague, Mr. Anup Wilfred, we are honored to serve you as the Masters of Ceremony for today's event.
As we begin the final day of the conference, let's reflect on the valuable insights shared over the past 2 days. Renowned experts have addressed the key topics, including the dynamic behavior of reinforced masonry structures, nuclear reactor design modifications, and the pursuit of a carbon-neutral society through innovative concrete technologies. The discussions have deepened our understanding of current challenges and sparked new ideas for future research and collaboration. The engaging question and answer sessions and networking opportunities have further enriched our experience.
As we further today's sessions, we are pleased to welcome our eminent keynote speaker, Dr. Indrani Gogoi, who will be delivering a talk on the topic Innovative Construction Materials in Civil Engineering. Dr. Indrani Gogoi, Joint Director at the Directorate of Technical Education, Assam, holds a PhD from IIT Guwahati, ME from University of Roorkee, and B from Jorhat Engineering College. With over 2 decades of experience, she has served as training cum placement officer and associate professor at NITK Surathkal. Her research interests include hydrodynamics, fluid structure interaction, and corrosion of RCC structures. She has published over 15 journal articles and 25 conference papers and received awards such as NPEEE Fellowship and Ministry of Water Resource Award. She is a life member of several professional organizations. It's truly an honor to have her here with us today to share her insights and experiences. Let us put our hands together to welcome Dr. Indrani Gogoi to deliver the keynote speech.
So thank you everyone for giving me a very warm welcome and also an introduction. So it gives me a pleasure to be here. This is my first time at Manipal Institute of Technology, though I was very near at NITK. It was, I never had a chance to visit this eminent university. So thank you Purnachand and Sri Lakshmi for inviting me to this conference and giving me an opportunity to talk about innovative materials. So mine is not a very technical keynote address. It's a general thing. I mean, it has come, I think this conference has come, I think in a very special moment when you need to think so much about these innovative materials and whatever processes, innovative system processes that we have in today's time. So these are the times when we are thinking about new materials, and we are also reflecting on what materials we had long back when we had used in the vernacular buildings. I hear that you had presentation on brick masonry also. And today in the first session that I had chaired, they had discussed about these materials like water recycling, how it can be improved and what can be done so that we have our resources intact. So we are talking about sustainable environment. So ladies and gentlemen, today in this aspect, in this international conference on New Horizons, we would International Conference on New Horizon in Civil Engineering, as you have put it. So I'll be talking mainly on innovative civil engineering materials and systems. Now, when we are talking about civil engineering materials technology, we know that it plays a very crucial role in enhancing the functionality and sustainability of the buildings. And these technologies, as one of the other lectures, other presentation that was done, you had mentioned about I mean, one of the participants had mentioned about carbon emission and how they're talking about life cycle, assessment of life cycles. So these are good things, good work that people are doing all across the world. So basically, when I will be talking about these civil engineering materials, smart materials, resilient and disaster resistant material, smart cities and future of civil engineering. So as you can see, these civil engineering materials, when we are addressing the challenges, we are talking like the energy efficiency, how energy efficient it can be, and how less carbon emission we can have. The carbon footprint is another important aspect that we have to look into when we are building structures and structures. 10 years back, when I was at NITK, whatever construction, when I was coming down yesterday, I have seen that there's so much of construction. So what these constructions are giving us is a good infrastructure, but at the same time, we are losing out on something more. So what is this that we are losing out on? Are we assessing them? Or we are cutting trees? We are, it's not only here, but all across the world. We are having these so many, we call them the place where all the runoff water comes. We are, dumping that with soil. We are filling that up, and we are having flood issues, waterlogging issues. So are we talking about the right system? We are all civil engineers. We are all doing so much of research. So is this research really giving us a way forward, or are we going way backward? This is something we need really to address. So when we are talking about all these civil engineering structures, we are also talking about recycling. We are talking about reducing waste and how efficient it can be. Okay, so enhancing sustainability and efficiency is a major aspect of this. And we really have to look at what are the scope of these innovations that we are making. I've seen a wonderful innovation center here. So I'm sure a lot of you are doing a lot of work. So innovation does not necessarily mean it has to be something very different, very hi-fi. We just have to go to our backyard and find out what is the real problem. We have to go to the community, and we have to find out what is the real issues that our people are facing. We are doing so much of studies, so much of research. Does it really help our community or all the people, or are we really going backward? This is something that we really need to look at. So I think the most useful goal of this conference, when you were talking about, is exploring the directions of civil engineering, where it is taking you to, what is the urban development that you're doing, what it is leading to. And also, you have done a lot of knowledge sharing among yourself. So I have also come to know what your research you are doing and what others are also doing. So this is a way forward to a lot of collaborations and networking. So this is the main aspect, I think, the goals of this conference were, and I'm sure you have achieved all these. So when we are talking about advanced materials, now we talk about high performance concrete. So these high performance concrete, when we mean this, not only it has to be a lot of effectiveness. The effectiveness of this has to be such that in any kind of weather condition, in any kind of impact, that they will be handling this. Okay, these materials has to sustain whatever kind of load that is coming into. Okay, so we have now such infrastructures, people are going to space. So there are so many developments also happening, even to carry out that construction of that place from where it has, that rocket has gone off into the air. I'm sure there were a lot of civil engineers who were doing that, construction. So those type of things, what kind of high strength concreting you require, or steel structures you require, what is the kind of material you have require. So material itself is a very important part, and what kind of innovations we are having. So we talk about self-healing materials. When it comes to repairing, we talk about self-healing materials. So these self-healing materials, when we are talking about that, so we know of many kind of materials that, automatically it heals. There are a lot of research work on those aspects also. What are the chemicals that are used there? What kind of concrete it is used there? And people are talking about some biological products also being used there. So we have now nanomaterials also. So these nanomaterials also can be used. So this is not only in the field of chemistry or medicine that we are using nanomaterials. We use now also for our structures. Then lightweight composite is a very known field where people have done a lot of research work when we talk about fiberglass or fiber composites. And we are using these composites, I think glass reinforced, fiber reinforced, or any kind of, concreting material or any other kind. We are trying to make them lightweight. So a lot of research is also on these aspects also. And when we are talking about, disaster resistant structures, when you're talking about tall buildings, we are talking about, again, using these kind of lightweight materials, which helps us to design a most effective kind of a foundation or a most effective kind of a structure where these lightweight materials can be used. This may not be going, if you can see. Yeah. So sustainable material production is one big thing now. So when we are talking about sustainable material production, we talk about renewable resources. We talk about renewable energy. At the same time, we talk about renewable resources for our construction material also. When we are using this or developing such type of renewable resources, we have to think of what are the regulatory compliances that we have. Not only just producing it or doing it for research purpose, if it is conforms to whatever the requirements of strength and other regulatory things, we have to look into that too. And when we are talking about safety, we have to look at all different types of disasters or all different type of accidents that may happen. There are Indian codal provisions even for terrorist attack. That means we are taking into consideration those also. Then what kind of material are we using for these kind of construction? When we are talking about fire, when we are talking about wind, so these areas, there's so many areas which are sustainable, which are exposed to wind, cyclone, then what kind of material are we talking about? And we are building structures after structures. We are not only buildings, we are talking also about bridges. We have tunnels. So in all these kind of structures, what material are we using? Are they sustainable? If you are using new material, you have to look at what kind of material that will make them comply with the regulatory. Now we come to smart materials. So nowadays everything is smart, right? So when we are talking about smart materials, what do we actually mean by that? So these smart materials, they have to be responsive to the environment. Okay, when we are talking about responsive to external stimuli, we are talking about certain facades, say for example, or even if you're talking about a window. So that window, if it is responding to the external weather and it can become, cooler or warmer, it can insulate, that is also a response to the stimuli. Okay, so even when we are talking about shape memory alloys, these are certain materials which can change the shape. If it is bending, maybe it changes its shape. And then we are talking also about sensors. Okay, so these sensors are also smart materials which can be incorporated in the building, and it retains the memory that it will bend to this much. Okay, so then this can be used for real-time monitoring. I was sitting in that room today, and Professor Purnachand, he just mentioned that it is a BIM. Okay, a lot of building information management system is done there. So what are we doing actually? We are having sensors, or we are having smart materials which can monitor by assessing the stress or any other vibration or temperature differences. Okay, so these can be done by these smart materials or smart sensors. So in the infrastructure, it can mainly do is structural health monitoring. So whatever health monitoring is required, we can use these smart materials, these shape alloys, and then we can use those for structural health monitoring and also for preventive maintenance. So I'm sure those people from construction management will know that preventive maintenance of a building or any other structure for that matter, it may be a railway bridge or it may be a normal bridge, or nowadays there are so many flyovers, so those are very important to have those kind of smart materials incorporated into the system. So when we talk about resilient and disaster resistant structure also, we are talking about such kind of innovative practice and innovative materials that can be used in these kind of buildings, where it can take into account to withstand extreme weather conditions or extreme earthquake or any other such type of natural disasters. And also now climate change has become many very important part of it. When we are talking about roofing material, what kind of roofing material we are using? If you are talking about the walls, what kind of walls we are using? Nowadays, it seems there's a lot of work going on the straw that we used, the normal straw that was used as a thatch roof, that is also used as a smart material. So how they're using it? They're using it by making it into some kind of a insulation material that can be incorporated in between two thin layers of walls. Okay, so these kind of old things which can be reused, even when we are talking about waste materials, perhaps those can also be reused, and then they can be used as an aspect so that it can be sustainable and made use of in a climate change aspect. So when we are talking about innovative solution, we have advanced simulation techniques nowadays. Okay, so we have a lot of software. So some software are used for, like today they said about life assessment of certain structures or even some building parts. All right, so those kind of, even you have StatPro or you have Abacus or ANSYS or any kind of software, those solutions can be used so nicely with all kind of materials. If you have different materials, you put those different material properties, and you can see what kind of analysis you get and what kind of solution you can simulate, and you can do that. And energy absorption materials are also very important aspect. Now I hear, or I have read rather, that there are many materials which even the buildings, when they will be moving, whatever vibrations there are, those will be also used to convert it into electrical energy. So rather, whenever there is a movement in the building, whenever there is a vibration in the building, your whole building itself will act like a battery. So what is better than that? Okay, so this is what we are talking about, smart materials, when we talk about that. So high performance insulation or cool roofs and reflective coatings, if you have, so it makes your rooms cooler or warmer. So you either don't need a heater or you don't need a AC to that extent. So you can reduce the cost of your energy by having this kind of materials in your whole building. So there's a whole lot of research work on these aspects itself. So when we are talking about smart cities now, so there are so many smart cities all around in our country itself. They're talking about smart cities. What are they exactly doing? So they're trying to improve the quality of life of the people, whatever the problems are. So if, let us say, if somebody is having a heart attack, so how to convey the message to the hospital? So it becomes very important that, if it is from a very far off distance, then how the person, gets to the hospital. So is there a system we can do with? So what is a transport system? So it is not only a matter of buildings, but even the technology and how we are planning it, that comes into the picture. So even the digital technology integration, it becomes very important. When you are talking about building information system, you are talking about that. So the urban challenges that we have, like pollution or even overcrowding and infrastructural decay or degradation, as you know, that there are so many effects of degradation. If it is raining, that causes a lot of structures to, become bad, the concrete becomes degraded or the foundations loosen. So are we doing anything about that? So how can we address those challenges? Now, like I said, waterlogging is a big issue. So how do we look at those challenges? So these, like, you have so many systems like GIS and satellite imaging, remote sensing, all these kind of things also play a major role in deciding how to address these urban challenges. And the infrastructure durability is, of course, a major problem which all the old cities will be facing, and even eventually the new cities also will be facing. So why don't we use materials which can, be such that they will be taking into effect, or they will be withstanding the aging process. So lastly, I would just like to say a little bit about building information modeling, which is the in thing now. Everybody is talking about it, everybody is using it, be it entrepreneur or be it any construction company who are doing the major infrastructure constructions. They are looking into this building information modeling because a lot of things are getting integrated into it. You have resource planning, what material you are using. So even when you are doing the construction, wherever what work is left, where the resource material is to be dumped, where you are going to place your next concrete, where you are going to do your electricity, where you are going to do your plumbing, all this comes into picture. And here so many things are integrated together. You have all the data integrated, you have all your design analysis that you have. All these are integrated into your information system. So it helps you to collaborate with different partners in the whole construction process, okay? And it also helps in your life cycle management. Not only this, also it helps in the facility management. Once the construction is completed, if there is any problem happening, so the person who does not belong to the whole system will not be knowing. Any new person coming in, if you have a proper BIM installed in the whole system, you will be able to find out where the fault is. So these are certain aspects which make the building information modeling system very helpful in the new. It has been there since a long time, but it did not get so much of exposure as it is getting now, because now a lot of infrastructure activity is happening all around the world. So this becomes a very important thing, and I'm sure our students and our faculties, whoever is doing research in these areas, will find it very useful if they incorporate these systems in their whole, you get into the process of building information system, because it includes everything, not only construction, even the maintenance part of it, okay? So I think that is almost what I needed to say or address this August gathering about your new materials and new systems as we are talking about. Of course, if there's anything you would like to ask me.
Thank you, madam, for the enlightening talk on innovative construction materials in civil engineering. We now open the floor to the audience for any queries.
I think it was a rather very simple thing that I had said. Almost, I think everyone is aware of it, but this is like just addressing or consolidating whatever you have been doing. So thank you very much.
Thank you, madam, for addressing. Yeah.
Ma'am, can we adopt that shape memory alloys in a harsh condition?
Yes, I think shape memories alloys can also be considered in harsh conditions. That is possible. because when you're talking about harsh conditions, maybe you are thinking about taking into account those harsh conditions itself, maybe how the weather or how the whatever.
For
the
any
storms.
environment, you can
Yes, you can do it. There are a lot of materials available. In fact, yes, I wanted to tell you about AI also and IoT also. Yes, there are a lot of things, like these alloys or these sensors. It can be connected, I think those who are doing BIM, they know about all these IoT, simple things we know that about light and all. But yes, for, structural health monitoring, if you can use those, then it will be very nice. It can be used.
Thank you.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Your insights were truly valuable. We now shortly proceed with the valedictory function.
We will have the valedictory function at 12:30 p.m. You can take a break meanwhile. We can assemble sharply at 12:30 p.m. Thank you.
Dear aspirants,
established as Manipal Engineering.
Thank you, madam.
Having
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, respected delegates, and participants. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the valedictory function of NHCE 2024. Over the past 3 days, we have explored key topics such as sustainable civil engineering for the future, innovations in smart infrastructure, and engineering resilient cities, among others. As we conclude, let's take a moment to reflect on the valuable knowledge shared and express our gratitude to all the speakers, participants, and organizers who made this event a grand success. Let's celebrate the achievements and contributions from this enriching experience.
Now, we request Dr. Sri Lakshmi and Dr. Pudachandra Pandit, the conveners of this esteemed international conference NHCE 2024, along with our head of the Department of Civil Engineering and organizing chairman of NHCE 2024, Dr. Purushottam G. Sarvade, to escort the dignitaries onto the dais.
To commence the proceedings, let me first introduce the esteemed dignitaries on the dais. Please join with me in welcoming Dr. Indrani Gogai, Training and Placement Officer, Directorate of Technical Education, Assam. Dr. Somshekar Bhatt, Joint Director, Manipal Institute of Technology, Manipal. Dr. Purushottam G. Sarvade, Head of the Department, Civil Engineering Department, and Organizing Chairman, NHCE 2024. We are truly honored to have all of you with us today. We now request Dr. Purushottam G. Sarvade, the Organizing Chairman, NHCE 2024, and Head of the Civil Engineering Department, to deliver the welcome address.
Good afternoon. As we draw the curtains on this remarkable event, the International Conference on New Horizons in Civil Engineering 2024, it is a moment to reflect on the knowledge shared, the discussions held, and the invaluable connections made over the past 3 days. We stand here today enriched by new insights, fresh perspectives, and a collective commitment to advancing our respective fields. This conference has provided a platform for thought-provoking presentations, inspiring talks, and interactive sessions. We have witnessed passionate exchanges of ideas that will contribute to deepening our understanding and igniting new possibilities. I urge each one of you to carry forward the lessons, collaborations, the ideas that have been shared. Let us use this platform a stepping stone for further innovation, learning, and growth. With that, I welcome our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Indrani Gogai, Joint Director, Directorate of Technical Education, Assam, to this international conference. We are truly grateful and thrilled to have you with us today. Welcome, madam. It gives me great pleasure to welcome our Joint Director, Dr. Somshekar Bhatt, whose guidance in every respect has made this event possible. Welcome, sir. Additionally, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all the officials, faculty members, staff, students, and most importantly, the participants. None of this would have been possible without the tireless efforts of the conveners, the organizing committee, volunteers, and all those who worked behind the scenes to ensure the smooth execution of this conference. I warmly welcome you all to the valedictory session of this conference. Once again, I extend a heartfelt welcome to everyone attending this event. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Your words have set the tone for this esteemed conference, and we greatly appreciate your leadership and support in making NHCE 2024 a resounding success. Behind every successful event, there is a team of dedicated individuals who work tirelessly to make it happen. We now take a moment to acknowledge and appreciate the contributions of the organizers, volunteers, and sponsors. May I now request Dr. Sri Lakshmi, convener of the conference NHCE 2024, to facilitate this session and present recap of the conference. Please welcome Dr. Sri Lakshmi with a round of applause.
Thank you, Pratibha, and also thank you, Anup, for being a very nice MC for the day. Okay, to recall all the memories of these 3 days, I would like to first thank all the delegates that who have been attending all 3 days in online mode as well as offline mode. A special round of applause to all those delegates who are attending offline. They have taken all the troubles to come all the way to Manipal and make this event a very, very successful event. Thank you very much, all the delegates who are attending offline as well as online. Without you, the conference would not have been such a grand success. Okay, to recap, we started this conference on 12th with an aim to provide a common platform for academicians, industrialists, research lab, the people working on research lab, and all the consultants, industrialists, and we wanted to provide a common platform. Well, we have been very successful in providing all this, and we have received around, there have been about 36 presentations which are presented online and 56 presentations which have been presented offline, and it was a very great event, and thank you all for all these presentations. To all the presenters, you have been very wonderful presentations across, and all the presentations were greatly appreciated by the chairman and the co-chairman, and I also thank all the chairman and co-chairman. I'm going to name them. Without their support, this event would not have been possible. So to make this paper presentation a fair, and all the presenters should receive critical comments so that they can improve their work, whatever they are doing, and they should take away the share of their knowledge with that. So to make that happen, we had invited eminent academicians from nearby colleges and also those who are working here. So to name them, the session 1 was chaired by Professor Basavaraj Manu from NITK Surathkal. So we thank him. In spite of his busy schedule and also being HOD, he made some time to attend this conference and gave a fair justice to whoever presented in session 1. Thank you, sir. Then the session 2 was chaired by Rajashekaran C. is also professor from NITK Surathkal. Then session 3 was chaired by T. Palaniswamy, again associate professor from NITK Surathkal. Then session 4 was chaired by G.R. Reddy. He also delivered a keynote address on day 1. So about the keynote, I'll be speaking a little later. Then session 5 was chaired by Raviraj HM, also professor from NITK Surathkal. Then session 6 was chaired by Pavan GS, assistant professor from NITK Surathkal. Session 7 was chaired by our very old friend Santosh Malkapur. Thank you. Then session 8 was chaired by Sangeeta DM, again our very old friend. Then session 9 by Baswan Gowda, again our close associate from NITK Surathkal. Then session 10 was chaired by our chief guest for today, Ms. Indrani Gogai Madam. Thank you very much. Then session 11 again from NITK Surathkal, Lohit Kumar sir. Thank you very much, sir. And finally, session 12 was chaired by Dr. Bhojraja from NITE and also our close associate, our link from NITK Suratkal. So NITK has been an instrumental and always supportive to whatever good endeavors we have planned. So thank you very much NITK also. Big round of applause for NITK. Okay, so now coming to keynote addresses, we across 3 days we had a very good keynote addresses spanning all the aspects of civil engineering. So the first keynote address by a very senior professor, Madhira Madhav. So he is supposed to be the thesis supervisor of our Pro VC. Narayan Sabhait sir. So in spite of his age and in spite of his so many commitments, he was kind enough to come down all the way from Hyderabad to Manipal and deliver a keynote address. So we are blessed to have him as keynote address 1, and his address was on third alternative geosynthetics reinforced granular beds. So I thank, we express our hearty thanks to Madhira Madhav sir. So coming to the next keynote address, which was from G.R. Reddy. Okay, he presented on passive techniques control dynamic response of structures. Okay, so these two keynote addresses were planned during the forenoon session of day 1. Okay, and on day 2 also he was very enthusiastic and he also made a short talk on interlinking of rivers. So we are very grateful to you, sir. Then a day, that was day 1, and day 1 we had technical presentations in the afternoon session. So that was the end of day 1. So day 2 began with a keynote of Professor Nanjun Rao from IISc Bangalore. So he spoke on dynamic behavior of reinforced masonry structures. So he addressed how the pressing need of how research in masonry structures has to be continued. So masonry has been an ancient age-old construction technique. So it has been used in many monumental structures, but somewhat recent in 3 to 4 decades. So masonry has lost its importance and more of attention has been given to reinforced concrete. Of course, reinforced concrete is a very good material that can be used for many infrastructure projects, but we shouldn't neglect the masonry as well. So and he really talk on how to make the reinforced concrete that earthquake resistant. So very grateful to you, sir. And the next keynote address was from Japan. Professor Hirotaka Hazehara from Fukuoka University. He talked on use of high volume GGBS, which is activated by lithium nitrate. And he also pressed needs on sustainable alternatives to the existing cement concrete and how that can be made more sustainable. Well, thank you, sir, for your insightful presentation. And because he's Japanese, so he was assisted by our very own friend Dhruva Narayan Katapadi. So we are very thankful to both of them. And the next presentation on day 2 was from NPCIL, so Mr. Srinivasan. So he talked on impact of use of nuclear power and how that can benefit the society, and how India is growing in leap and bounds, and how power sector plays a major role in overall development of our country, and how civil engineers can support the development of nuclear power in India. And we are very thankful that NPCL people came from all the way from Kaiga, and they gave an insightful talk on day 2. Thank you very much, NPCL and in general, and Dr. Srinivasan in particular. Then that was the keynote addresses that happened on day 2, and then that was followed by parallel sessions that happened in the afternoon session. Then the day 3 began with parallel sessions that are happening at 4 locations. So then that was followed by the closing talk by Dr. Indrani Gogai. So Indrani Gogai has been kind enough to come all the way from Guwahati in spite of her busy schedule. We are very grateful to you, madam. So she is our guru from NITK. She's been thesis supervisor of my co-convener. Though I'm not her direct student, she has been very helpful and very inspiring since then. So I learnt a lot from you, madam. And thank you for coming here and blessing us again. So this was about the technical engagements that happened across 3 days. Apart from technical engagements, on day 2, we had organized a cultural program, which was also supported by Department of Physics. So there is a parallel conference going on in the Department of Physics, and this yesterday our HOD said that why only research collaborations, we can have cultural collaborations as well. So on that note, we had a cultural collaboration with Department of Physics, and they were kind enough to collaborate with us. We had a very good cultural event by students of physics, our BTech students, our PhD students. So all of them, they were, and it was greatly appreciated by all the audience. So followed by that, there was a dinner organized again in the same location. So it was greatly appreciated by all the participants and all the audience. So we had a very great day yesterday, and today also we had a very engaging and great day across all the technical sessions. So that's all about what was done in 3 days. So I thank the MC for their opportunity to give me a chance to provide an overview of the conference, and I also thank all the organizing committee, the core committee, who have been instrumental in planning of all these things right from the day when we started, the inception of the idea of ICEMS, right from designing logo. I thank Dr. Arun Kumar Vayam for designing the logo. So big round of applause for him. He has designed a very good logo for our ICEMS. Then preparation of brochure. Then call for abstracts that was floated all across the social media platforms to all the colleges. So and I also thank for designing the proceedings. The cover page for proceedings was designed by another organizing secretary, Mr. Jagdish HM. Big round of applause for him as well. And very meticulous planning of all the finances and all the things. So doing all the research on from where to get the kits and that. So I thank Sandeep GS, Prasanna Kumar, and all the food planning and all those things, Sri Harsha. So I think the food was also well appreciated by all the delegates. So that is one very important aspect of any conference. So thank you all, my team. So I had a very good team who helped me in all those things. And more than that, the most headache thing was preparation of the proceedings, then review thing of all the full-length papers. It was huge in number, and abstracts and all those things. So we were well assisted by Dr. Varadarajan and Dr. Amar. So big round of applause for them also. Tirelessly they have been working from past 8 months. So all these things. And I also thank our HOD, who has been instrumental right from the inception till today. So he has guided us in all the aspects of that. And last but not the least, all the faculty members of Civil Engineering Department. Big round of applause to everyone. So without your support, we would have not done anything. So everyone, each and everyone has really contributed from their hearts. So it's a heartful thank you to everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam, for delivering the recap of the conference. Your summary has beautifully captured the essence of the discussions and highlights from the past 2 days, and we truly appreciate your efforts in bringing everything together. Thank you for your dedication and contribution in making the conference a success. We have with us the chief guest of today's valedictory function, Dr. Indrani Gogai. It's an honor to welcome Dr. Gogai, Joint Director at the Directorate of Technical Education, Assam. He is also the chief guest for today's valedictory function. With over 2 decades of experience and a PhD from IIT Guwahati, Dr. Gogai has made significant contributions to civil engineering through her research and leadership. As a mentor to our convener, Dr. Purnachandra Pandit, her presence here is especially meaningful. Let us warmly welcome Dr. Gogai to share her thoughts with us.
Honorable distinguished guests on the dais and the guests present here and students and other participants. So thank you very much for making me a part of this international conference. My observation from what Dr. Sri Lakshmi has pointed out is that they have very nicely covered all the aspects of this conference on innovative engineering materials and systems. So I'm sure this will be very helpful for all the academicians and also the industry personals who are collaborating or maybe getting ideas about collaborating on a later date on various aspects of these innovations. And as I have seen the Innovation Center here duly placed, I must also mention here that for innovation, it is also important to have your IPR also to be done, that is intellectual property right. I'm not sure if it has been covered in this conference, but I think even if the slightest idea, if any student or anybody from outside they can always, file this in innovation property right, this IPR, right at the beginning, even if it is not at the operational stage, because that is their idea, and later on it can be passed on or it can be built up on that. So do you also have an incubation center here? Okay, so that is a wonderful thing that you have here, the incubation center, which allows people from not only the university but from outside also, they can come and take your helping hand or get mentored by you. So this is so important for everyone. And another aspect that I would like to mention here, that maybe not much publicity was done, because I don't see any participants from my part of the area. So maybe all across India, maybe if it gets well published,
We had sent a brochure and that to even IIT Guwahati.
Okay, so IIT Guwahati is not the only college. I mean, it should be others also included, because there are many universities and colleges, and it will be a big forum for exchange of ideas. It is not necessary. They would also like to come and see what is happening here. So maybe this kind of forum can be taken all over. So my request to the conveners is, next time when they have this, maybe they will try to broadcast it much more so that everybody can, join in. I mean, out of say 100 people who will be first sharing will be interested, maybe not 100 will join, maybe at least 80% or 60% will join. But yes, there will be, it is a forum that you are giving an opportunity for all these people to come and join together and collaborate and network, and that is so important. And I'm happy that so many presentations and keynote addresses were given, which will be very helpful and inspiring. In fact, I remember even during my PhD days, when I had gone for a world conference on earthquake engineering, only then I was, fully motivated to, go in a particular direction. Sometimes you get stuck when you're doing your PhD, you don't know where you are going. And then, you meet someone, all those people who are writing those, important papers that you are following in the journals, you get a chance to meet them, you get a chance to talk to them directly. And that makes a lot of difference. I think that is the main objective of having a conference, where you meet industry people and you meet professors or people who had authored the papers that you are following or you are looking at, using it for your own research work. So I wish you all the best again, so as to have much more conferences like this, and next time you do, I'll make sure that there'll be more participants. And whoever you know, I mean, Manipal is an institute where people come from all over the country. So maybe if you can pick out the students and then, get those sent to the colleges that are from those states, maybe you'll get more participants. The objective is not to get more participants, but the objective is to get more networking done so that people who are interested, really interested, they can really come and join in and you can have more exchange of ideas. So thank you very much.
Thank you, madam, for those encouraging words, and we appreciate the valuable knowledge you have shared with us. Now, I request Dr. Somashekar Bhatt, Joint Director, MIT Manipal, to present a memento to Dr. Indrani Gogoi as a token of gratitude. Moving forward, it's time to recognize excellence. We request the conveners of the workshop, Dr. Sri Lakshmi and Dr. Purnachandra Pandit, to announce the Best Paper and Best Presenter awards.
So first we'll announce the Best Presenter Award.
Okay, so totally 12 sessions were done. Among that, session 1, NHCE ID 189, Dr. Chetana BA. The topic, suitability of alkali activated black cotton soil and low calcium fly ash blends for the road application. Dr. Chetana BA. Okay. Best presenter for session 1. For session 2, the NHCE ID 53, Mr. Jagdish HM. The title, Multi-Objective Optimization of One Part Slag Fly Ash Microsilica Based Alkali Activated Ternary Binder Mixes. I request now Dr. Indrani Gogoi ma'am to deliver the certificates. Session 3, NHCE ID 15, name is Sona, S. Sona. Oh, online session, okay, fine. So session 4, NHCE ID 151, name Dr. George K. George. The title, Development of Alkali Activated Concrete with Artificial Aggregate Using Waste Material. So, yeah, I request again, ma'am. Thank you. Session 5, NHCE ID 92, Dr. M.B. Kulkarni. Okay. Session 6, NHCE ID 161, Dr. Basangoda S.N. Title, Performance of Evaluation of Self-Leveling Mortar Incorporating Biogas. I request Joint Director Professor Somashekar Bhatt sir to deliver the certificate. Session 7, Mr. Prakash J. Effect of fiber incorporation and practical replacement of aggregates with recycled materials. Okay. So session 8, NHCE ID 148, name Dr. Beji Chinnamma Thomas. Okay, online, fine.
No, he will.
Yes.
Colleague.
Okay.
Yes.
Please come and collect. I request Joint Director Somashekar Bhatt sir to deliver the certificate. So, session 9, NHC ID 226, named Dr. Santosh M. Malkapur. Title Studies on Cool Roof Technology Using Locally Available Material. I'll request Joint Director, so deliver the certificate, sir. Sir, Somshekar Bhatt, sir. Sorry, sir. Both Joint Directors are there in the... Next to HOD. More. Thank you. Session 10, NHC ID 206, Mr. Yogesh Saini. A study on biokinetic coefficients in membrane bioreactor systems for domestic wastewater treatment. I request our beloved HOD, Professor Purushottam G. Sarvade sir, to deliver the certificate. Session 11, NHC ID 220, Mr. Prasanna Kumar. The title, Effectiveness of Stone Column in Supporting Frame Structures on Raft Consolidating Soil. I request Professor HOD Purushottam G. Sarvade to deliver the certificate. Session 12, NHC ID 46, Mr. Chetan Mastikatta. Title, Adaptive Strategies for Drought Mitigation in the Malaprabha Sub-Basin, Analyzing Rainfall Trends Under a Changing Climate. I request Professor Purushottam G. Sarvade sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. All the dignitaries kindly be seated. Thank you.
Now to announce for the Best Paper Award. Well, we had received around 80 full-length papers, in that it was a very great task to select 2 best papers. So what we did is amongst those who have presented online and those who have presented offline. So we selected 2 best papers, and to announce to the Best Paper Award. So the first paper one is NHCE 34. And the title of the paper is A Comprehensive Blast Load Analysis on Offshore Jacket Structures. The authors are Hemant Kumar, Naveen Kumar DT, Sangeeta DM and Vijay Kumar YM. So I request Sangeeta DM to please come forward and take the award. It's a collaborative work from SJB Institute of Technology and AJIET Mangalore. So just to look at how collaborations work out so beautifully. A beautiful work, very well written paper. I congratulate Hemant Kumar, Naveen Kumar DT, Sangeeta DM and Vijay Kumar YM. Congratulations to all the co-authors. But to represent all the co-authors, I request Sangeeta DM to please accept the award on all the co-authors' behalf. So I request Indrani Gogai ma'am to please present the award to Sangeeta DM. I request Joint Director Somshekar Bhatt sir to present a gift, and I request our HOD to present the memento to Sangeeta DM. The next Best Paper Award, unfortunately the authors are not here, but if they are watching online, congratulations. The next Best Paper Award is S. Sona and SP Sangeeta. So a very well written paper again. It is from Aryupadai Vidu Institute of Technology, Vinayaka Missions Research Foundation, Chennai. So if you are watching us online, congratulations to you. The title of the paper is Enhancing Sustainability and Efficiency of Translucent Concrete Through Industrial Waste Utilization and Optimal Fiber Configurations. So congratulations to all the best presenters and the best paper. A huge round of applause to all the awardees. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We now request our esteemed Joint Director, Dr. Somshekar Bhatt, to deliver the concluding remarks.
Yeah, good afternoon. So, what all I had to talk, I had already talked in the inaugural session, and few inputs were given by Gogoi Madam. We receive those inputs positively, and we make sure that in the upcoming events we reach out the non-reached out regions of Northeast and other places of India also. I'm sure that you all had enriching experience, and title was saying NHCE. When I see in NH, I always get connected with National Highway. And then in the inaugural session, I realized that it is New Horizons, not National Highway. And yeah, so I find that all that discussion that happened is centered around civil engineering. But you have to have influence from other disciplines of engineering, and probably in the future conferences make sure that there is sessions for other disciplines of engineering. Just to give you an example, can our buildings be talking to us? It is possible, no? Yeah. If say these lightings are there, if we vacate the room and if there are no people, can building tell me that there are lights on? Can you switch off? Possible, no? So then that is what is sustainable. All those infrastructures I build, the bridges what I have, if the bridge is deteriorating and tomorrow it is going to break down, it happened near Goa recently. If it can tell me that tomorrow I am breaking down, can it not save lives? Today it is possible. There are technology available in other field and that can help us. So probably next time when you think of, please make sure that it is interdisciplinary conference, people from other discipline, how they can contribute to your domain. Because I have seen some of my colleagues from civil engineering saying that, sir, our field is saturated. We don't find any research topics. Then I gave plenty of research topics to them, even though I was not from civil engineering. One topic I gave is, why do we use cement? So we use cement just as a binder, no? So all those bricks what you lay, or the rocks, the, what is that, what can I say? So when you assemble it as a binder, you use the cement. And the rock what you use, if you want to melt it, the temperature required is just 1400 or 500 degrees centigrade. And today with laser technology, you can create that temperature locally. So if you can melt the two rocks which are supposed to be joined, then you can construct wall without cement. So that is what is sustainable construction. So probably we need someone who can think outside the field, and some lateral thinking that should come out, so that there is altogether a different way of looking at what we are doing in a normal life as a civil engineers. I'm sure that interdisciplinary discussion, inter-institute discussion will surely help us to make this branch interesting for everyone. I have always found civil engineering, mechanical engineering, automobile engineering to be much more interesting than my electronics engineering. So this has to happen. Every student, all that facilities what you use around you are contributions of this field. So if this cannot inspire a child to select this branch, what else can inspire? So we should put effort in inspiring the students to take up these fields also. And today, with all this technology, most of your work which you were doing on the field, today you need not do. You can sit in the office and do. If you see oil and gases industry, you had to be at the site before. Today it is not required. All that activity that is happening at the construction site can be monitored remotely much more efficiently. So these are all things that are coming in your domain. I'm sure that the discussions that happened for last 3 days, the networks what you built with the interaction with people from other fields in the conference, and if you have gone to the other departments to talk to your friends, I'm sure that all these are enriching experiences for you, and today when you leave, that shouldn't be the end of the relationship. This relationship should lead to collaborative research, and that is the way forward for all of us. As Madam said, conferences are an opportunity for us to network and to know what other people do, how collaboratively we can do things better. Thank you all for listening to me and giving me an opportunity to share my thoughts with you. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir, for delivering the concluding remarks and bringing the conference to a successful close. Your words have truly been inspiring, and we appreciate your consistent support for this conference. As we near to the end of this event, gratitude is the memory of the heart. To express our heartfelt thanks to everyone who made this conference a grand success, I now invite Dr. Purnachandra Pandit, the convener of NHCE 2024, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my privilege as the convener of this conference, NHCE 2024, to deliver the vote of thanks. I thank our university, MAHE, MIT, for providing the opportunity for organizing this event. And first and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest, Dr. Indrani Gogai, for gracing the occasion with her inspiring address. Thank you, ma'am. I also take this opportunity to express our sincere thanks to Professor Somsekhar Bhatt, Joint Director, MIT, Manipal, for his unwavering support and encouragement in making this event a success. Thank you, sir. I thank our beloved head of the department, Dr. Purushottam Ji Sarvade, for his vision, support and encouragement. To our keynote speakers, Professor Madhira Madhav, Professor G.R. Reddy, Professor Nanjun Rao, Srinivasulu, Dr. Indrani Gogai and Professor Hirotaka Hazara, session chairs, we are deeply indebted to you for sharing your invaluable insights. Thank you. I express my sincere appreciation to our esteemed delegates and participants whose active engagement and have added immense value for this conference. Thank you. Our gratitude extends to organizing secretary, publication committee, food committee, stage committee, reception committee, venue management committee, transport, accommodation, cultural activities committee, one and all who has helped us to bring this grand success. Thank you, one and all. I extend our thanks to publication partner Neeraj Karandikar and his team for this Springer publication, and our sponsors SBI Manipal, AMIL Private Limited, and two student clubs, ASC Civil Engineering and IE Civil, both are there. A special thanks to our organizing committee, faculty members, research scholars, MTech and BTech students, photographers, audio visuals, housekeeping, security teams, food court too, for their seamless support. Thank you. I thank the convener Dr. Srilakshmi Prashant for her effort in organizing this conference. Thank you, ma'am. A special thanks to our Master of Ceremony, Mr. Anup Wilford and Ms. Pratibha B. Shetty for their hosting throughout the program. And I thank Durga Prasad for helping assisting all the session organized in the KEF industry. Durga Prasad. Thank you. And special thanks to Dr. Arun Kumar and Mr. Sandeep GS for supporting me for conducting all the events, all the 3 days. Thank you. Thank you all once again. As we conclude, let us carry forward the insight gained here to shape a future of sustainability and innovation even in civil engineering. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for delivering the word of thanks and bringing the program to a successful conclusion. Your gratitude and acknowledgements have truly added a fitting end to this event.
As we conclude this memorable journey of NHCE 2024, let us carry forward the knowledge, collaborations and ideas which is nurtured here. We hope this conference has been a rewarding experience to all of you. On behalf of the organizing committee, we once again thank each one of you for your active participation and support. As we approach to the conclusion of this conference, we now come to a very important segment, the feedback session. This is an opportunity for all the participants to share your thoughts and key takeaways. Your feedback is invaluable to help us improve and grow. Kindly share your perspectives.
Yeah, I request the participants.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and all the dignitaries of the dais. Myself Santosh Malkapur. I'm professor at Basaveshwar Engineering College, Bagalkote. And this 3 days, I could not attend the first day, but the last 2 days, all the arrangements they have made, especially right from the venue, presentations, all the arrangements, supporting arrangements, hostel arrangements, hosting, everything they excelled. I must congratulate team NHCE for successfully conducting this wonderful conference. And they have put in a lot of effort from the last, I think, 1 year. Yes, so that effort was visible through several communications. Every communications was very detailed and very, I must say, it is a meticulously planned conference. And I'm very, I feel fortunate to attend this conference. And ma'am, especially I'm meeting ma'am. She was my first guide at NIT Surathkal, and I could meet ma'am after 15 years. And thank you very much, the team NHC and team MIT, and you are wonderful. You have all the resources at place, people working people, and wonderful people. And I thank all the conveners, Sri Lakshmi Prashant. Dr. Sri Lakshmi Prashant ma'am and Dr. Purun Chandra Pandit sir for arranging this wonderful conference, and Dr. Purushottam Sarvade sir, head of the department, for supporting all the way and all the faculty members for extending all the support and in organizing this conference. And last but not the least, all the research scholars and all PG students who have meticulously worked behind this. And I wish this conference grows in coming years, and will incorporate all the suggestions that have been suggested by the dignitaries, and wish you all the success in coming conferences. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other participants who would like to share their views?
Good afternoon, one and all, on the dais and after dais. It gives me immense pleasure to thank the organizers of NHCE ICEMS 2024. They have organized this conference in a well-structured manner, what sir has told, starting from the accommodation, the venue, food, and also the hospitality, what they have shown in arranging the thing. And also the most important thing is in the timely manner. All the sessions, keynote address, and all the sessions of that one, are up to the time. What they have mentioned, they have maintained the time and all those things. And also the very informative keynote sessions. Starting, I was also attended from last day. So from Nanjun Rao sir from ISC, very informative session, and also Reddy sir. There were very informative sessions. Keynote speakers were there in the conference. So I would like to thank all the organizers for organizing this conference, and I'll ask them to organize such conferences in the upcoming years. Thank you.
Sir? I think we have participants from the industries as well, right? I think one of you can share your views. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, delegates. I'm an academician. Sorry that you called for an industry one. And happy to receive the Best Paper Award here. And to be grateful, it is my student work. He has written the paper, he has communicated everything. We have guided him, and all the credits goes to the student alone. So we are just the teachers, and happy to receive that from his part. And that too from my Gogai madam. So he is my first teacher at NITK when I joined there. So we hardly had 1 year with her, but it was good to see you after a very long time. And coming to the conference part of it, it's a great success. At the younger age, organizing such a conference is really a great task. So each and every paper collecting, reviewing, and to be precisely speaking, even I had been a convener in my college. So the process of review process, it takes a very long. So we have to send the reviewers at least 6 to 7 people, and they won't revert back only. So reminders, keep sending them reminders. Then over a call also we have to communicate. So get the give review done. So it is really difficult. And both Purna and Sri Lakshmi madam are successful in organizing that part. So hearty congratulations to you both. And everything is very well organized. And to be more precise, so today morning I had my first paper presentation here in the same platform. On the way from Mangalore, I just shared my PPT to Sri Lakshmi madam, and she was so active that the moment I entered the hall, the PPT was ready here and it was displayed. So the communication was so precise. So that itself shows how much coordination, interaction, communication is in between the team. So teamwork is really appreciable. I applaud. And thank you everyone for providing such an opportunity for my team, my paper, and I congratulate everyone. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am, for those encouraging words. Any other participants? Okay. We have come to the end of the program. Before we conclude, I would kindly request everyone to rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
You may now kindly take your...
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य वि.
Sorry for that. You may now kindly take your seats. We have few announcements to be made. Please remember to collect your participation certificates from the reception before you leave. Kindly share your valuable feedback by scanning the QR code which is available near the reception counter.
Lunch has been arranged on the rooftop of this building, and we warmly invite all the attendees to join us. We also look forward to welcome you again at our next NHCE conference. As we conclude, we wish you safe travel and success in all your future endeavors. Thank you for your active participation and contributions. Have a wonderful day, and please join us for lunch. Thank you. I would request the attendees for a photo session. Awardees, especially awardees. There are some photo sessions.